Hello, everybody. My name is Caesar.
And I'm Martha.
And welcome to the 4th episode of Inner Wider Screen, where
two idiots who know nothing about movies talk about movies. So today is a very special episode. It is the Monday after the Oscars. So we decided we were going to do a special bonus video this week. So we'll still have our regular movie review coming out on Tuesday.
Yes.
But we have this special one today where we will just kind of discuss our thoughts on what happened at the Oscars.
Especially, we got the first-hand experience. As you can see, we
decided to dress up for the occasion.
We just got back from. This is actually what we wore last night to the ceremony.
Yeah, we had to fly here. It was a red eye. It was a horrible.
Yeah, we're still kind of.
So coffee.
Right.
Definitely water. But yeah, so we decided to dress up in our best Oscars attire.
I don't know if it's our best Oscars attire, but
yeah, it's
Oscars attire.
It's trashy Oscars.
It's attire.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's attire. There you go.
But we both watched it last night. We were texting each other throughout the whole thing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a lot of thoughts on the ceremony itself, about the winners. So do we just want to talk about it maybe from like how it started to...
Yeah.
Just our thoughts throughout it, I think would be a fun way to talk about it.
Let's pull up.
We're going to pull up the text messages because I did not take notes during it, but I feel like our messages...
Were the notes enough?
Yes. I think. And I think they properly showed our state of mind.
Yeah. Which I should probably also note while we were texting, it seemed that there was a delay on his side because he was like 2 minutes behind. Yeah,
but the stream I was watching was like a little bit behind yours.
Yeah.
So I would tell her to not say anything until I found out who won.
When I should have used it to my advantage. I could have heard the winner and texted you, I think it's going to be this one that wins.
You really could have, and I would have been like, I don't know why.
And I would have gotten 100% right.
Sure. Okay. But yeah, better than your darts.
Yeah. So for those of you wondering, my darts method of guessing on who's going to win did not work.
No.
Unfortunately. But that's all right because you know what? Next year
maybe you'll actually do your research.
You know what? Next year, I'm saying it now. I will watch every single one of those movies.
Okay. Good. The only one I have yet to see is Minari. And you've seen like. I think you've seen only...
I saw the animated ones.
You did? Oh my god. We'll get to that. I mean, it'll be very short. Quick. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll start from the beginning. Oh my goodness. I feel like the ceremony was so out of whack that like I don't even know like where we started. Okay. So it did start off... I knew they were going to do a different approach with how they would present it. So I... thought it was really cool. Honestly, the look of it, the cinematic look they were going for.
So I did want to talk about this because they were trying to bring people back into it because the Oscars isn't exactly what it used to be.
No.
So they've been kind of hyping it up as like, oh, this isn't the Oscars anymore. Right. This is a whole cinematic experience. Right. You're going to be watching a movie live.
Right.
And at the very beginning, I got that vibe.
They definitely gave that vibe with that one shot of Regina King going
just
down.
Like walking in and the credits coming in.
Yeah, I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked that, and again, I liked the way that they shot it, with the cameras that they used.
And they cropped, they like letterbox too, which was cool. And
so that I did enjoy, but again, I feel like it was like it had that high point at the very beginning, and then it just sort of. I
feel like they set the vibe for that really well at the beginning, and then by the end, it was just kind of like.
All right, this is just back to the regular Oscars.
The only other thing I will say, I do like the look of the Oscars in the sense that it was definitely a more low-key, intimate vibe, which I liked way better than what they usually do.
Which is big and
everyone's like there. Fancy. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like some things I was hearing online is that this kind of big thing that they do gives kind of like an elitist vibe, and I think this was a good way to just kind of
humble them
a little bit. They need some humbling. Come on. So like, I think that was a good way to do it. I'm assuming next year things are getting better. Probably we'll go back to the old ways, but I thought the look of it, the visuals of it was good.
Appealing.
Now about the actual show, how they that's a different story, but the look of it I thought was cool. And I like to see that they're experimenting with that. I think it mostly paid off.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, the first award of the night was Best Original Screenplay, which went to Promising Young Woman. That was my pick as well. I think Trial had a small chance, but it was pretty solidly that movie. You have not seen Promising.
I have not seen it, but I will.
I personally would not have picked it for screenplay, but I thought it was cool to see Emerald Fennell get an Oscar for it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I won something at least.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about.
And then you said that Emerald Fennell's dress reminded her of Lizzie McGuire for some reason.
Yeah, and I think it's because I want to say, if I'm remembering this correctly, in the Lizzie McGuire movie where she's in like, she has to like get into like it's like a sort of like fashion show for her where they're like redressing her and redoing her whole look, and I think she has a dress with those colors and like that sort of like ruffly thing. So that might.
You know what
be
she's
it.
talking about? Good, because I don't know what you're talking about.
I watched that movie religiously as a kid.
Then The Father won adapted screenplay, which I feel so good about because
you mentioned you were really excited about that.
I just watched The Father this past weekend and it's so great.
It looks really good.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I think.
And I changed my prediction last minute for Nomadland of The Father, and I was like, yeah, it's really happy about that one. Let's see. Another round. Oh, foreign language or international feature went to another round, obviously. I think even you picked that one.
Yeah,
because only one nominated for director. And then his speech was really really good too, talking about his daughter passing away before they started the movie and everything. It was very emotional. So no, glad that won. Okay. Already another round. Okay, then it was supporting actor Daniel Kaluuya. That was easy, even though for some reason you and your dad thought Lakeith was good.
No. I said my darts thought it. I thought differently, but I was trusting my darts, which was probably not the smartest.
Okay, I'm actually. I just realized now. You said my darts said Lakeith, and I read it as your dad said Lakeith.
Oh no!
And so I thought your darts and your dad.
My dad doesn't know anything that goes on in the Oscars, unless it's a superhero movie. He doesn't know what's happening on screen.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, that was an easy one. I thought his speech was very interesting about his mom.
his mother's face by the end of it.
He's like, my mom and my dad, they had sex. It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
She's like, what did he say?
And she was just like, I'm sorry, what?
No, but
so that was great. That was.
He deserves it. I definitely can see him winning more in the future. He's
an incredible actor. And I know he went on to kind of mention a little bit more about. I'm trying to remember at what point he started talking about this, but I do remember him it was during the part where they decided to play that game with the songs.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But I will say real quick, what I noticed too is every other Oscar ceremony, their speech goes beyond a certain length. They just start playing the music, tune them out. They let everyone just go on as long as possible, which
was interesting to see.
I guess I like it. I also think it.
They cut him off for a reason because it's like...
They cut him off... It makes you realize they cut him off for I think they do take the cutting off to an extreme.
Oh, definitely.
But I think also this was the extreme of letting some of them talk way too long. Yeah, we need to keep a flow going. They're
trying to find a happy medium, and they still haven't
not done it
yet.
But I guess if I had to pick between, I do appreciate giving like the artists like...
a time to really actually talk about how they're feeling after.
Right, rather than just, the actors or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, then they showed the peak for West Side Story, which we won't get that much into, but could be a contender next year.
It could be, maybe.
Hopefully.
I'm very excited about this. Yeah, I love musicals, and I love West Side Story, so hopefully it's good.
And then it went to costumes and makeup. Ma Rainey won both of those. I don't think either of those were surprises, and I think they're both very, very well deserved.
Oh, definitely.
What else we got? What else? We just started talking about a bunch of random things. Oh, then they went okay, now is my first issue with like the flow of the show. They go to the best director.
Yeah.
In the first hour of the show.
Yeah, that structure was weird.
The structure I don't understand. We'll get into it, especially towards the end, because I'm sure a lot of people that watch the Oscars had the same issue. But this was the first like red flag that I noticed was like, why are they presenting best director like the first hour of the show? I mean, my theory is everyone knew who was going to win. Like, it was one of the biggest locks of the night, but still, it's like every year it's always like director and then it's the actors and then picture.
Yeah.
Like, just follow that. It's a classic structure. Like, it works.
They decide, like, I get that they were trying to like switch it up and make everything more like, oh, this isn't the same Oscars that you're used to.
But they didn't have to switch up the categories.
But I feel like some things work, and
this definitely did not work. I mean, it wasn't surprised that she won. I was honestly just surprised they announced it so early. But like, I don't know, for those big awards, I just like waiting till if it feels like you worked like so hard to get to the end and wait for those big categories.
It's the biggest award of the night. So you wait till the end. Otherwise, it's like, what point is there for the audience to stick around until the end?
Like, imagine them announcing Best Picture, Director, and Actor at the beginning, and then the last award of the night is Best Costumes.
Yeah, and like, it's not to say that they don't deserve those awards.
That's not. But realistically, people are not watching
People
to
aren't
find
gonna
out
watch out
what
for
won
that.
Best. They're trying to find which. I think the producers had things in mind. We'll get to it towards the end, and it backfired definitely. But anyway, Chloe Zhao won. That was no surprise there. She won everywhere. Very well deserved for her. And I loved how Bong Joon-ho and his translator presented the award. I thought that was so cool to see them back.
That was awesome to see them.
Yeah, they're so cool. I missed them from last award season. It was cool to see them everywhere.
Still, my favorite photo of him is him making the Oscars kiss.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, no, he wins the Oscars and makes them kiss.
I remember now. Yeah, that was funny.
That was awesome.
And then I think Sound of Metal won Sound, which they had Riz Ahmed present, which I thought was weird that they got an actor from the movie that they thought would win to present. It's like, okay. But
interesting choice.
Still, that was fine. And then Soul won Animated Feature, which this is the only category she had seen all the movies in.
So here, I mean, Soul obviously I think it was beautifully animated. I think the storyline is very intricate.
My favorite in the category.
Very interesting.
But
it wasn't my personal favorite. It's not to say I didn't like the movie. I did enjoy the movie.
You're just a hater.
But I
clearly never had an existential crisis.
Oh, I've had plenty of those. And again, I did enjoy the movie. But it wasn't my favorite in the categories. I love Over the Moon. I love the music from that one. I love the story of it. It's a lot more kids movie. But I still think it's beautiful.
Can I be honest with you? I think Over the Moon was my least favorite in the category.
Really? I love that movie.
I didn't care. I thought it was fine. I just didn't. Onward was good. I don't think Onward's like top tier Pixar, but still really good.
I still loved
It's still a really good movie.
It reminded me of My Brothers.
Shaun the Sheep was funny, honestly. I thought
that one was really funny, yes.
And what was the other one? Oh, Wolfwalkers was good too.
That was the only one I didn't see, and I that was probably the one I was most excited to see, and I never saw it.
I think you'd love it because Irish.
Yes, because Irish. I love speaking in an Irish accent.
But I don't think I was as high on that movie as everyone else, but it's beautifully done. And
it is. I love the animation style of it. It's very simple,
I get why people love it for sure. But yeah, so I'm glad Soul won. And I mean, there was no surprise there.
I think I expected Soul to win.
So this is, if you want someone to go to for animated movies, this is your girl.
I am your person. Animated movies, shows, kids shows that's my thing.
Okay, it like reset my messages, so these are my notes, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, then they went to like the short films. I got 2 out of the 3. I got short film right, which was If Anything Happens, I Love You, which is on Netflix. Really sad, but really worth a watch. And then live action film was Two Distant Strangers, which I have not seen, but that's also on Netflix too. And I know that's about a man. It's like a time loop movie, like Groundhog Day, but he's like killed by police every day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a time. I guess whenever he's killed by the police, he like wakes up and starts his day again. He's still like targeted by the same cop. And,
I had never even heard of that one. So that sounds really interesting.
They just put it on Netflix, so I definitely will check that out. And the documentary, sure, I got that one wrong. So I think it was won by Colette. I think the name of it was. I'm not familiar with the categories, but I tried. Documentary. Honestly, I mean, I picked my octopus teacher to win, and it did win. I saw it. I thought it was fine. But I thought Crip Camp was better. I thought Time was better. And my favorite documentary, which is, I don't know if you've seen or heard of it, but I think you'd love it, is called Boy State.
Oh, I heard of that one. And I'm, again, another one I meant to watch, but I didn't.
Well, it wasn't even nominated, and it was my favorite documentary last year. So I loved that. I think that if that was nominated, I should have won. But I mean, it's whatever.
The darts missed out.
The darts. What did the darts pick for that one?
Oh no, I didn't do it for that one. I meant in the actual people, the Academy.
Oh, when they missed their darts, right?
Their darts missed that
because
one.
They always seem to do that.
Yeah.
Visual effects was Tenet. Really happy about that one. That wasn't surprising either. I'm just glad Tenet got something because they were having issues with screeners and stuff. Like, it should have gone in for score and all that. What, you haven't even seen Tenet?
No, I haven't, but you talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I really like Tenet, so I'm glad I got something.
Yeah, I figured that one would have to win something because it got a lot of hype when it came out.
It did, but like it missed out on some. Like, the music is so good and it didn't even get nominated. I was like, it's my favorite. Anyway, and then supporting actress Yoo Jin Young from Minari. I still haven't seen it, but I knew she was gonna win.
She was hilarious.
Her speech was probably my favorite of the night.
That was the best moment. And she was like, Brad Pitt, it's so nice to meet you.
She's like so sweet in her speech.
She was so sweet. I loved her. I'm glad that she won. I haven't seen the movie, but she looks like she had a very interesting character.
Oh, definitely.
In the movie, so.
No, for sure. And cinematography. I had Nomadland winning. I honestly thought it was a lock. First thing I told you was Trial of Chicago 7 does not need to be in this category.
Yeah.
Which I will stand by. And then but Mank won, which I get it. It's black and white. Yeah. It's very good. It's
visually appealing.
I'm not mad at it winning. I was just so sure it was going to be Nomadland, and I guess I was also reading this online. I guess people were explaining it in a way that made sense to me. It's like when you watch Nomadland, the shots in that movie evoke emotion in a way that I don't think Mank does.
Yeah.
So that's why I was a little disappointed by it. But I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
But also at that point, I was kind of concerned because I was so set on Nomadland winning Best Picture. But I was like, there's no way it just wins Picture and Director and nothing else. Like, that would have been so weird to me.
At that point is when you started kind of sweating. Because like, you started getting really worried that it wasn't going to win.
I wasn't as worried because if there was like a clear runner-up, I would have been worried. But there never really was a clear runner-up. It was always kind of Nomadland sweeping everywhere. But I was just kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then they showed the In the Heights trailer. Another musical commin out this year, which I'm actually very excited for.
It is my favorite musical. So I have been waiting for this movie going on like 2 years now. Like when they first announced it, I was so ready for this. Should I perform the whole thing now?
Well, wait. I'm sure when it comes out, we'll do an episode on it because
absolutely.
We're probably gonna go see it in the theater, but it'll be on HBO Max, so we'll be able to talk about it when it comes out.
Socially distance, wear your masks. But if you can see it in the theater, I highly recommend it. I think because I've mentioned before, John Chu, he's a great director. I saw Crazy Rich Asians in the theater, and that was so beautiful to watch. The colors, everything about it.
That is a good point, but I think his best directorial effort was Justin Bieber Never Say Never.
You got a point there. That was also a beautiful one.
So I think honestly that's the one that had me like, oh, that's okay.
This man right here.
No, okay, what else we got? Oh, best editing. I wanted Sound of Metal to win. I'm happy it won, but I did pick Trial of Chicago 7 because for the past couple of years, they've always picked the movie with like the most cuts, like the fastest paced movie. And I was like, that's Trial. Like, it's not Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
Because, hell, Bohemian Rhapsody won editing.
Yeah. And I remember when that happened, and I was just like, and then someone had like posted a clip of just like one scene, and the scene was like a minute long.
It was
and
like
there was
50 cuts in it.
It was so many cuts, and it was like, why did this win?
So at that point, I was just convinced. I was like, they clearly just picked the movie with like the fastest editing.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, okay, that's Trial of Chicago 7, but they gave it to Sound of Metal. Also, Trial of Chicago 7 won 0 Oscars last night. I like the movie, but honestly, I'm not mad at that.
Wasn't peak Oscar.
I liked it, but I don't think it's Oscar material, in my opinion.
Oscar worthy.
I don't think it was. Maybe screenplay. That's about it. But okay. Also, Soul won Best Score. Wasn't a surprise either.
Yeah.
And it's really good music. And,
yeah, absolutely.
The speech though, John Batiste just went up and like Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross were just in the back like. But I think they won before, so I think they probably didn't care.
Yeah. Soul. That was a great movie when
Solo?
it comes to. I said Soul.
I thought you said Solo.
No. No. Yeah, Solo. The
Star Wars
story. That
really
was the best music. Absolutely. But Soul. I would have liked more jazz, like a lot more jazz in the movie, but I think it's literally really
that was really good.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna talk about one of our favorite segments of the night, and that's Lil Ray. What's his name? Not Lil Rel. Lil Ray. I said Lil Ray.
Yeah.
He was going around with the trivia for the music with Questlove.
That was the best part.
So he went up to Daniel Kaluuya first, and then he went to Andra Day. And then no, it was Andra Day first, then Daniel Kaluuya, and then Glenn Close was at the same table.
That was the best highlight of the night.
Oh my god.
Glenn Close is amazing.
I guess because she also, I mean, how many, I think this is like her 7th or 8th nomination without a win at this point. So I'm like, they probably just thought, okay, let's give her a moment to get
a moment to shine.
A moment to shine for tonight until she wins her first Oscar still. But
but overall that was a fun activity to do because the night was very slow.
It was slow. And I will say this, I think as much as I loved the moment, I actually did not mind it at all. I also think the flow of the show to me was just really off. Like at the beginning, it felt like they had a plan with what they wanted to do and how they wanted to control the flow of the show and the pace. And the moments like that just felt like something they would be doing like during a commercial break.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it was
even though I liked the moment, it just felt out of place.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. I don't know what their plan was with the whole structure of it.
The structure to me was just all over the place.
It was.
So I hope they work on that for next year. But anyway. Oh, yeah. And then they gave out Best Picture. And I was just like...
Why?
Why are they messing with the structure of this show? So, like, they hadn't given out actor or actress yet. Like, usually it's like director, actor, and the picture. And... I was like, what are they doing? I was like, okay, so then my mind connected. Okay, they know Nomadland's gonna win Best Picture. Mm-hmm. They know that most people are probably the most unpredictable races were gonna be actor and actress. Mm-hmm. Actress is so up in the air, people are gonna be watching that. And actor, they think, okay, Chadwick's gonna win. Let's save it for last. Let's give him this emotional moment. Let's end the ceremony off on that.
Yeah.
So.
And then he did not.
Did not quite work like that. Yeah. But Best Picture, and then Nomadland won. That was all good. No surprises there. That was pretty much the front runner like all year long. So then they went to acting, and they gave it to Frances McDormand for actress, which I had her like a month ago, but then the argument stuck with me. That be like, there's no way she's gonna win 3 Oscars when like Carey Mulligan's never won, or Viola Davis. She would be only the second Black woman to win Best Actress. I'm like, okay, like, and I fell for that, but obviously it's like. With how uncertain the race has been, it's like, of course, they'll probably just give it to the one who's starring in the Best Picture winner. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm... my dart said Vanessa Kirby.
I would have loved that, but there was no chance.
Which I feel like was very left
That was like... That would have been the last choice.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, she did an amazing job. I mean, all of them did it.
They were all great. I mean, I haven't seen Andre Day still.
She did a really good job. I didn't think she was going to win, but...
I think the only reason why she was kind of in the conversation is because she won the Globe, but the Globe's like... I think it was just... The category was so uncertain, it's like, oh, well, anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they gave it to Frances, and I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think she was great in the movie. And it's her 3rd Oscar. Only the 2nd actress... I think she's the only one... How do I say? No. I think she's the 7th person to have 3 acting awards, and only the 2nd to have 3 Best Actress, like all in one category for lead actress, which is pretty crazy. So good on her. Maybe she'll win a 4th. I don't know. And then we end the night with Best Actor, and oh Lord have mercy, this was the conversation of the night.
Yes.
I picked Chadwick Boseman, but I did see The Father over the weekend. I was like, I would not be mad at all if Anthony Hopkins won, because he was honestly almost got me to tears in that movie. He was so good. But I was like, I do want it to go to Chadwick. I think it'd be a great way to honor his legacy. And I just thought it'd be a really cool moment to end off. And Anthony Hopkins, I'm like, he's great, but he's won before. So let's give it to...
And it's not to say that they're giving it as like a pity vote for...
No.
Because he did an amazing job.
His performance is worthy of a win, in my opinion. And I still think even if he hadn't passed away, he still would have been nominated for this. 100%. So then they announce it. Joaquin goes up there. Love him. And then they announce it, and it's Anthony Hopkins, and I'm like, oh my god, they gave it to him. But then it's like, obviously Anthony Hopkins isn't there, and they're like, okay, Academy accepted on his behalf. Okay, thank you, good night. And it just ends.
And then it's over.
And it's like, that's that's how you end the Oscars?
It's very abrupt. It
was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is why you end on Best Picture. Yeah. End on a high note. Like, if you're the producers, don't just assume Chadwick's gonna win and expect a moment to happen, and then it doesn't happen, then you look stupid. Yeah. And your whole ceremony looks stupid. It's like, no, you could have just kept the same structure you had before, and it would have been fine. Yeah. People would not have complained as much about it. I will say people are definitely upset that he didn't win. Mm-hmm. I think personally a lot of them haven't seen The Father. Because he deserves it. Yeah. But I get it. I would have liked him to win too, but I have no problem with him winning. And once you see The Father, like, let me know, because I think...
All right.
It's definitely... I think it's probably one of my favorite nominees. That and Nomadland, I think, are my favorites.
Okay. Well, I'll watch those next.
But, yeah.
Overall, it was, wasn't the best Oscars that they've had.
We had some highs, we had some lows.
Yeah. I think of course, they mentioned before, the highlight of the night was watching her twerk. That was awesome.
That probably was the highlight, right?
That was the best. Yeah.
Because, yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, my issue is not with Chadwick not winning. Like, I honestly wasn't too surprised by that. But It was just the way that they just structured it to where they were so sure Chadwick is going to win and we're going to give him this big moment with his wife probably giving a speech, and then it just falls flat on its face.
Yeah, didn't work out.
And it was just like, clearly, like, it just looks like you were just trying to exploit his death for views, is what it felt like.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. So, but still, I will say, though, I think the one thing to get right, I think pretty much all the wins were well-deserved, which I think is a good thing.
Yes.
Because there's definitely been ceremonies where, like,
didn't turn out that way.
No. So I'll give him credit. I'll give the Academy credit for that.
Yeah, I agree. Again, I haven't seen all of the movies, but based on like the reviews that I've seen, based on what people have been saying, and just watching the trailers, all of them did seem very well deserved. I think all of these movies were really good. And
that you've seen.
that I've seen. The ones that I've seen and the ones that I've like heard about.
Yeah,
all seem pretty good.
But still, I mean, I'm just really glad this award season is over. It was, I mean, literally, if this was a normal year, the Oscars would have been 2 months ago. So I'm just glad it's over and we can finally talk about some new movies. It was honest. I love Nomadland, but it was exhausting talking about that movie for like 6 months. So, but yeah, finally over. We had a good time watching it, though. Yeah. I mean, one of the best ceremonies.
We had some jokes.
We did. We had so many. I'm not even going to bother. Yeah. We're going to just keep those within our inner circle. Keep those with us, yeah. But yeah, do you have any final thoughts on the ceremony or the winners or anything like that?
The Academy, I'm talking directly to you because I know you're watching this.
Of course.
Do better.
Yes.
That's it.
Exactly. I will say the one thing I do heard that I think it is a legitimate point. I will say, as much as I do think Anthony Hopkins and Frances are deserving, there has been a thing where it's like the only times like black actors win Oscars are in supporting categories, but not in the lead categories. So
yeah, but I mean, there were definitely moments in the Oscars where there was the glass ceiling being broken, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing progress there. I mean, we saw 2 actors of color win, which is great, and obviously last year with Parasite winning, that was incredible. Monumental.
Yeah.
We saw Chloe Zhao, the first woman of color to win Best Director, which is awesome.
Amazing. Yes. The voiceover person was a female. That's cool.
I think isn't she the voiceover like every year though?
I think for like the past
I'm pretty sure it's been a woman like every year.
No.
It's always like, this is the first Oscar for so-and-so. Like every year. I hear
really?
It. Yeah.
I really thought it was like more recent. I thought it was only like the past few years.
I mean, I started watching the Oscars when I was like 15. And I think since then, it's pretty much...
I've always watched the Oscars, but only like here and there. And like I would like just like get bored, so I would like leave and then come back.
I think last year was the first time that you and I were actually like really like texting like
no, it's been a couple years.
Well, I remember the La La Land Moonlight year. Like we talked about the day after, but I don't think we really like during the awards.
Oh, during the awards, no.
That's what I mean. This is the first time we were actually like
we've like
keeping each other like up during the yeah.
So yeah, those are our thoughts on the Oscars. This year's Oscars. It was the 93rd, man. 93rd, yeah, okay.
It's crazy.
So, it's been fun watching the Oscars. Not really. It's a little bit boring.
It was, okay, they need to fix that structure because I thought it was going to end by 10 and it let it end like after 10.
It was like 10:15.
But I thought their structure, I was like, okay, the fact that there's no songs, which honestly I don't mind. I think the songs...
Well, the songs came before the Oscars.
Okay. Well, what I mean is I'm glad they didn't do it during the ceremony. I might be in the minority on that, but I don't really... Whatever.
I disagree with that.
I get because I know how you like your music.
I love music is like one of the big points.
Okay, we got our musicals with the In the Heights and West Side Story with trailers. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not just for like musicals. I'm talking about like score and like with background music. That's a big part.
I would have been fine if they performed Husavik from Eurovision.
Oh.
Do you know that song?
Yeah. That's the one.
That's the one I thought was gonna win. Didn't. Oh, we didn't even talk about song. Her won Best Song.
Yes.
That was like my 4th pick. I didn't think it was gonna win.
I actually did not, because I haven't seen all the movies, so I haven't heard all the songs. I didn't know what movies went with what songs, so I didn't have a pick, which is surprising because music is like the big thing.
I thought you. But no, animated features are your thing.
Animated features is my first thing.
So what's your early pick for next year? Boss Baby 2?
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year.
Okay, actually, I'm very excited about that because I love the Boss Baby.
Stop it.
Okay, yes.
Okay, but the first one actually got nominated, so it's honestly not out of the realm of possibility this gets into.
It was a really good movie.
Stop it.
And I did not expect it to be that
I haven't seen it, so maybe
you should watch it.
Maybe we'll talk about it.
Yes, well, we're talking about it. It's an episode. It's happening. Very excited.
Anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for watching this. Our next episode, we did say last time our next episode would be Rocket Man, but then we decided to do this little bonus episode for y'all.
Yes. So, but we
for sure the next episode is going to be Rocket Man.
Yes. Coming out. It's still going to be Tuesday. It'll
still be out on Tuesday as normally, regularly scheduled.
Yes.
If you have not seen Rocket Man yet and you would like to watch it before the episode, it is streaming right now on Hulu and Amazon Prime. So it's there for you. And once again, we just like to say we are on all the audio streaming platforms. We are on Spotify. We're on Apple. All the good stuff. We're also on YouTube, so please subscribe to our channel. We're at In a Wider Screen Podcast. We are also on Twitter. You can follow us at In Wider. You can follow us on TikTok at In a Wider Screen. And follow us on Instagram at In a Wider Screen Podcast.
We should really get those to be the same name.
Oh, I wish okay. During the sign-up process, they were all...
They were created by like 3 different people. So.
Yeah. So if we can we change it?
I think we can.
Hope so.
I hope.
If y'all know how to change it, let us know.
Let us know, because we're not tech savvy.
Also, too, I wanted to say also, if any of you watching have any suggestions or like any ideas for things you want to hear us talk about, let us know.
Please,
because we kind of just come up with whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So if you have anything, let us know.
Yeah, please do. But yeah, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us. But yeah,
We'll see you next time.
Bye.